It was a good day. I mean, short yardage day, so the offense should win and convert short yardage at a high rate. Only other thing I would say is too many drops. Today was the first day where drops really showed up, right, which is unfortunate. But, from a work ethic and doing it right and competing, we still had that. We just dropped the ball more, right, on offense. On defense, we're creating takeaways, showing up more than it did last fall, last spring. So hopefully that correlates.
You said guys get a little chippy here, probably a little more today. You thought yesterday, said, we get a little more chippy. Was it?
And it was a little more chippy today. You could feel it, you could hear it. The more tired you get, fatigue makes cowards of us all. That's part of it. That's part of being up here. That's the. You had Kamari and Scat, right? Go one-on-one and inside run. Two of the most physical guys. Two guys that are emotional, right? And guess what? They had their emotion. Can you get back into it? And they both, what I was proud of is they both got refocused. Took them a minute or two, but guess what? That's part of it. They got refocused, and they went out there and practiced. And if you want to be a good football team, you have to be able to wash it and go to the next play.
Coach, how do you feel about the competition and the growth of the secondary in general?
It's deep. Corners were young, obviously, but I think they're attentive. I've sat in the corner meeting twice now during this fall camp, and everybody is dialed in. It really is impressive. Our team just likes football. It's the easiest way to say it. They like football. And if you like something, you pay attention to it. Our team likes football. And teams I've been around that like football have overachieved because they just like football. It's amazing how that works.
You got 2 nights into camp now. How's it going so far?
Yeah, I think it's been good. First night we did fires with our position groups. Last night we did fire with our Olympic teams. So we split up into 10 teams that our Pat Tillman Leadership Council votes on. And then they do fires. They just talk about who they are as a person, what makes them tick, just trying to build relationships and bonds with our football team.
How are the guys, challenging the adversity? Where are they on that scale of you wanting to see them respond well?
We're getting better, not to be confused with good, right? We're getting better. We still have our moments where we get caught up in the wrong stuff, right? If it's not focused on football. And then we have our moments where we have 2 guys. Today we had a linebacker say, watch hard count. The defensive end jumps offside for a half second, gets back, right? He goes, come on. The guy goes, my bad. Okay, we got a chance. That right there is a little thing that last year they would have argued over. That guy would have made an excuse. No, my bad. Positive. And then you have people arguing over, we did a twist game wrong. You did it wrong, I did it right. Let's get it fixed. Positives. Oh, I lost a rep. Let me complain. Cool. We still have that, and we got to wash that. You get your butt kicked, you get your butt kicked. Go to the next play, right? Go to the next play with that passion and energy. And that's the part we're trying to get out.
Did you take on the quarterback play today?
Yeah, it wasn't as great. Today was probably our worst day quarterback play, to be honest. We didn't locate the ball well. We dropped the ball. Not a good day for quarterbacks and wide receivers.
What do you think about linebackers right now?
Yeah, that's probably our most improved position on the football team. If I had to say, linebackers, quarterbacks, probably the 2 most improved.
Ryan McGinnis, the linebackers that really stands out.
They're intelligent. They play the game very instinctive. So even though they're 1 year into the system, they just react really well. And then you have guys like Zyrus and Keyshawn and Tate who have played a lot of football and savvy, and guys like Crook, whose athleticism separates him just from his twitchiness and his physicality. So I think you have Caleb, who played for us last year, is as big and strong as ever been. You kind of have a variety of guys, but they all are very good communicators, and they're intelligent. And at that position, right, the ability to anticipate things, anticipate a guard not being hard on his hands so he's pulling, anticipating the little things, right, overcome a little bit of an athletic edge.
And on that note, just because of the helmet communication rule this year, you talk about the football IQ of the linebackers, that takes it to a whole different level.
100%. One thing I do want to say is, from an athletic department standpoint, I can fully say we're in the right direction. There's going to be some really fun things that the athletic department's doing here in the next 2 to 3 weeks in the media, around the city. of the metropolitan area that kind of get people excited about ASU football and show that, you know, there's a new sheriff in town. Things are changing. They're investing in the program. They're investing in athletics. And you're going to see some of that here in the next 3 weeks. You're going to see it, and I think you're going to feel it. You know, you're actually going to feel that ASU presence in the Valley here in the next 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks.
Ryan McGinnis told us this morning it was a bat in the dining hall last night. Did you hear about that?
I was in there. I was playing spades.
He said he'd never seen big guys run so fast.
Yeah, they ran fast, but we were playing spades. You can't get up. You got to play your hand, right? So you got to be committed to the process. There was a mouse in the coach's cabin over here. I thought Coach Regal saw a ghost when he saw the mouse. So he doesn't like mice. But no, it's good. It's fun. Kids remember those things. Those are things that they'll, you know, talk about for the rest of their lives when they get back together at an alumni event in 20 years. I remember when there was a bat in there. And that's what's so special about this place.
I mean,
How'd I do in spades? Usually I'm really good. I got my butt kicked last night
Bye.
by Isaiah. Isaiah and Matt Christian. The game lasted like 3 hours to 250. I don't know how it's possible. They kept going over. We kept double bidding. We were at minus 300. It was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever been a part of.
Did Regal jump on his boss?
I wasn't a witness. I just heard the squeal.
aside from the off-field chemistry and whatnot, is there any type of progression you expect to see in Camp D that may be hard to replicate back in the Valley?
No. I mean, the cool air. But like, there's nothing that we get up here. It's actually worse from a football standpoint. We don't get one field. The ability to teach with the meeting rooms are way worse. So we actually lose football when we're up here. We lose the ability to coach football a little bit. But that's a sacrifice you make for the brotherhood. You know, I think brotherhoods and people coming together is what really separates football teams. And especially with so many new guys in today's day and age in college football, you can live in the world of mercenaries. But I think a mercenary program is going to go up and down year by year. We're trying to create some stability.
I mean, obviously every practice of fall camp is important, but those first few practices after Camp D, are those maybe just elevated just because of the loss of football, so to speak?
No, I would say it's the same. You know, the later we get into camp, the more we alter our schedule into what we need, where we've struggled in, what we need to see. So, you know, after camp, this first scrimmage, we'll really reevaluate where we're at and see what periods we need, how much more live tackling do we need, where do we get that. It's really our assessment phase going into the last 7 days of camp before you start game prep. You have 7 more days. You got to assess it and create a plan that puts your guys in position and going into game week.
How do you feel health-wise for where you're at in camp?
I mean, is there wood anywhere? Knock on wood. Testament to these guys working hard, staying up. I always say good teams fall down, or good teams stay up, bad teams fall down. If you're on the ground, you're a bad team. And if you're on the ground, you're also going to get hurt, which makes you a worse team. So when it rains, it pours. I'm on the ground, we get hurt, then we have a worse guy getting hurt, and repeat. Or a good team stays up, your healthy players stay up, right? You stay healthy and you're a better football team. So I just think the ability to stay up, the balance. Scat has not touched the ground by choice this entire camp, right? Not touched the ground. He may have today in a live period. Today may have been his first day in a live period, but just in contact thuds, he never fell to the ground. He stayed up the entire day. That's impressive for a running back. And what that does is that keeps the linebackers off the ground, the DBs off the ground, the O-linemen off the ground, nobody falling in the legs. And kudos to that. We haven't had any contact problems this camp so far, and knock on wood.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, appreciate it.